Hi people, we are going to be learning how to achieve this braided beautiful headband. All right, so you can use any fabric of your choice and then your crinoline. Okay, so let's quickly get started. So this is how to take the head circumference, the head measurement for this very style. Okay, this is how you measure your hair, or you measure the hair of your customer or client. So the first fabric I'm working with is the wadding. This is just the normal wadding that the tailors use to part clothes. Okay, so you can find it in any tailoring store. So the length I used here is 35 inches, and wideness, the width is 6 inches. Okay, so you can go ahead to mark it all the way down. Please don't use this this very method I'm using here. So the best practice is to use your chalk or your anything that you can use to trace it, okay, to mark it out, and then you cut. All right, so the length is 35 inches of length, and the width, which is the wideness, is 6 inches. So what you will do here is that you cut this into 3 places. All right, so after cutting this one, you will use it as a sample to cut out 2 more. Okay, so making it total of 3 at the end. So I'm going ahead right now to cut the second piece, and then I will still go ahead to cut the third piece. Okay, so you can find this wording in any tailoring material store that you know, just the clothes wording, the soft one. Okay, so right now I have 3 pieces of this wording, and I'll go ahead to cut this very fabric. Okay, I'll be using it to cover the wording. All right, because the fabric I'm using, you can actually see through it. So I would like to cover my wording with this very fabric. You can use the cotton lining, you can use any light material, you can use your doll face satin to do this. Just simply place the wording and cut out exactly the same measurement as you have on your wording, and you will be doing this for the other pieces. So now that I've cut out all this and the fabric I'll be using to cover it, watch how I'm going to be folding this to cover it up. Okay, so I will simply fold this part and fold the other part, and then go ahead to fold it again. And when I do this, I will just go ahead to use my pin to hold it in place. Okay, so when you do this all the way down, you go ahead to also hand stitch. I'll be showing everything in this video. This video is well detailed for a beginner to achieve this very style. All right, so you keep watching, and don't forget to like this video, share my videos, leave me a comment if you have any question. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly go ahead to do this so that you stay updated once I upload new tutorials. All right. right now my warden is fully covered. So let's move to the main fabric. And the fabric I'm using here is the Ashoke fabric. You can see that I've already cut it out and the length is just 35 inches, just like the warden. So I'll go ahead to fold it into two. When I fold it into two, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine to sew it and also turn it over. So this is what I'll do for the three pieces. So right now I have the three pieces, I've sewn it and I've also turned it over. Let's go ahead to pipe each of this wording, the wording that we have already covered, into our ashoke. So this will give it some thickness, all right? I don't want to use the ashoke just the way it is. Okay, so I wanted the wording to give it an extra thickness so that our braided headband will look puffy. All right, so if you are enjoying this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so that you stay updated once I upload new tutorials. Okay. So guys, what I'm simply doing here is to join the three edges together. I'm simply hand stitching them before creating my design, okay? So right now is well fixed and I'll go ahead to form my braided design. And just like you braid your hair, you also braid these pieces together, okay? So you may need the help of someone to hold the edge while you braid it. Okay, so let me go ahead to braid mine and I will come back to show you how it turns out to be. Okay guys, you can see how it looks when you are done braiding, and you can also notice that I also hand stitch the other end. Okay, so let's go ahead to use this piece of fabric to join it together. The length I used here is 7 inches and it's stretchy. Then I use width of 10 inches. This is a raw silk fabric. So watch and see how I'll be attaching the two heads to each of the heads. Okay, so you sew it with your hand needle and thread, and make sure it's very neat, that your thread is not showing anywhere. Okay, so pay attention and see how I will do this. So guys, you can see the braided headband is ready to be worn, but then I want to affix this crinoline as a design at the back of it. Okay, so what I used is 3 yards of crinoline. All right, so 3 yards should be giving me like 108. Okay, so I'm tying this end and I will also tie the other end before creating my design. Okay, so keep watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you have a question, and you can subscribe to this channel to stay updated once I drop my tutorials. I make my tutorials very easy to learn. Is beginner friendly tutorial. You can simply learn this and recreate yours as well. Remember, I used an Ashoke fabric for this headband. You can actually use any fabric of your choice to also achieve this headband. Okay, so let's go ahead to create our crinoline ruffles, and you can see how I will be stitching it. All I will do is to run a stitch at, at one end of the crinoline. Okay, so I'll run a stitch. This will help me create the crinoline ruffle. Okay, so keep watching and don't forget to like, share to your friends, to your business friends, to your colleagues. All right, and subscribe if you are yet to do so.